This is my book commercial on Sun by Lois Lowry. It's the finale to the Giver Quart. It takes place in 3 parts and has 2 protagonists. In the first 2 parts, it's Claire, and in the final part, it's Gabe. In the first part, it's about Claire's life in the society where Jonas grew up. She was assigned birth mother and had a son named Gabe, but wouldn't know his name until the end. During her birth, she had difficulties and wouldn't be able to bear new children. And she was assigned to the hatchery, but due to some circumstances, she didn't have to take any pills, so she still had the attachment to Gabe. She tries to get him and tries to meet him as much as possible, but in the end, Jonas takes Gabe before she could. In the second part, she escapes and is washed upon shore into a town surrounded by a cliff and ocean. She loses her memories, but after a year or so, she remembers them and tries to get out, but she has to train for it, and Einar is the only person who got out, so she asks him for help. He obliges and trains her. After about 7 years, she's ready and makes her escape. She climbs up, but is too tired and wounded from her climb. And meets this person named Trademaster. She agreed to a trade where she would, the Trademaster would lead her to her son, but she would have to trade her youth away. That's the end of the second part. During the final part, it takes place in Village, where the last book took place. Gabe has to fight Trademaster, and it does come down to an actual fight between the two, but is limited on time. He has to defeat Trademaster before her mother dies. That's basically the whole story, and this has 2 very great climactic events. First, in the end of the second part, and then in the third part. It has great detail at the last book, and has suspense and foreshadowing, and it's an overall great book, and I hope you enjoy it if you read it.